good. They got that are all doing very well. Between Thorne, Valenti, and Keene, they've got collectively about a little over 1,000 yards, but it's balanced pretty well. And when you've got 3 horses like that can run, it makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah, speaking of running, Gabe Keene back to return this kick with Mansu, as they've done here the last few weeks, as we're set for kickoff. Tyler Wilcott will kick things off for the Eagles. And we're underway. Second annual night game. Keene on a line drive, grabs it at his own 10, has some running room right side, stakes off a tackle, and he'll go wrapped up across the 35 in decent field position here for Plymouth to start their first drive.
Nice job by Keene. He was set up. It wasn't really a wall, but he came up through the middle and bared to the right a little bit and did a nice job getting that return.
First and 10 Bobcats from the 38.
So the market at the 38. Plymouth getting their first drive here. Again, this is a team that last week had 314 yards rushing, 74 yards through the air in that rainy conditions down in Guilford.
And that speed sweep formation with a single fullback in motion this way.
Handoff fullback, big hole up the middle for Eli Crane out to the 48.
Crane had some great runs last week. He hits that hole very, very quickly, and the line does a nice job, but that was off for a first down on the first play, and they're up to about at the 48-yard line now, first down.
Yeah, Crane last week, 2 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. The stats that we have, but he has really come alive here in the midpoint of the season.
He's playing pretty well on both sides of the ball. He comes up quick. He's got good speed, good quick. Just seems to have good instincts.
First and 10 here near midfield. Handoff again to Crane. Just drops a shoulder and drives across the Eagles 45 out to the 44. It'll be second and 2.
Crane on the carry. Brought down by Baker.
Well, he's running that ball behind big number 77, Tyler Madero, 6'3", 250 pounds, and that's a force out there. You get a couple guys like that, and all you got to do is run behind them. And we'll take, I don't know, 7 yards of whack.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than the 3.5 you need every time, but again, 8-yard carry there, second and 2 at the 44. Handoff again in the backfield and trying to find the gaps on the outside. Bobcats still driving, but Keene is slammed down to the ground for a gain of maybe a yard.
72 Kennett did a great job at defensive end. Patrick Cuneo, and he stood the blocker up. The blocker couldn't get him out of the way and forced the running back to cut up inside. And there were all kinds of people coming from the backside, so he did a great job. And actually, they may have picked up a yard or so, but not much. It'll be third and about 1. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Keene with a speed sweep here to the wide side of the field.
There it goes in motion, and a confusion. Broken play. Diamond has to scramble to his right. Has Keene blocking downfield. He's across the 40, enough for a Bobcat first down, but that could have been very dangerous.
Yeah, still a little bit of a mix up in the backfield. Thorne and Luke ran into each other in the backfield, but you know, it was they had a back that was out in the flat, and if he hadn't about it downfield, it would have been a great way to just dump the ball off, but not to be done, and smart move by Luke.
So they'll mark it at the 39. Bobcats continuing this drive out from their own 38 to start this drive in the game. Diamond under center. Fullback handoff up the middle again, and it looked like Keene on the carry, crossed the 35.
Yeah, those quick hitters, the 13 and the 14, just inside the one hole inside the center and guard, or the 2-hole, or I'm sorry, 4-hole or 3-hole is a quick hitter, and it's designed to get you upfield quick. And he picked up, looks like he picked up at least 5 or 6 on that.
We're saying 5, second and 5 here at the 33. Sweep again. Handoff right up the middle for Ben Valenti. Yards after contact across the 20 and inside the red zone here in the first drive of the
Valenti on
game.
the carry.
Well, what's nice about this, they're pounding that middle. They're finding some success.
First down, Bobcats.
Linebackers are getting hit by the guards, and that's the big thing. You pop through the hole, and you've got a linebacker out of the way, and you can pick up some good yardage. And Valenti does a nice job. He's nice and tall. He head up. He follows his blocks. And we got another first down.
Defense all standing up at the line. No down lineman. Handoff again up the middle. Is that Thorne or Crane?
Yeah, it's Thorne.
It is Thorne, number 48.
It is Robbie Thorne, and they refer to him as the Coke Machine.
Yeah, I was gonna say Coke Machine, bring it home.
He's a big fella. He's been a little off and on during the week practice, but he sure looked good on that one.
Makes it first and goal inside the 10. Looks like they're marked at the 6. Again, up the gut on the draw. Maybe a yard on the carry here for the Bobcats.
They got a
Crane on the carry.
They got a lot of field to the right, the wide side of the field, and
Crane on the carry.
they were able to run that off tackle pretty well. Which
And
is exactly
Thorne right side, just as you called it, Coach, and they're in for a Bobcat touchdown.
Great job. And you talk about ball control. I mean, we've.
Touchdown
See,
scored by number
I can't
48,
see
Robbie
this.
Thorne.
I know, right?
Clock 7. So we've had
Yeah,
almost
7:35 left.
7.5 minute drive, and that's what you need with ball control like that. It makes it tough for teams to come back. But Kennett's got some good receivers, a very good running back, and the quarterback, and they can score quickly as they have all season long.
There's Caden Mansu for the extra point, and it's good, and a 7-0 lead for the Bobcats here early on. And again, coming on air a little late, we had technical difficulties, had to move our production across the way into the school, but shout out to Valley Vision as we're streaming, as they're picking up our stream here tonight. So glad we could, again, work with the other community access channels here in the state. So Bill, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are tuned in up there in North Cranway and excited for a big game here tonight as the Eagles will get their first drive coming up.
Okay. It's a great crowd tonight. I'm looking across, and in between the lights, I can see people lined up all over the field and against the building. And there are not as many people from, well, we've got a
few on this side
from Kennett, which is great. The history with Kennett goes back a long, long way during the Chuck Lenahan days, and Kennett has, throughout the decades, been a very good football team, and Plymouth has had a great rivalry with them.
Hussey and Wilcock back to receive the kick here. Trevin Stone. And it's a short little pooch to the right side. It's gathered up, but the ball comes loose. I think Kennett was able to recover back near their own 20, but whoa, Plymouth almost got a break there. A little gimme.
Well, you know, you can kick it to the goal line and they can return it to the 20, or you can pooch it down there and they got a fall on it and they don't get any return yardage. So it's not a bad idea to do that.
The referees were talking about something. They never saw a flag or any laundry, but it looks like they're going to place the Eagles at their own 22 to start their drive.
Well, they're back in the shotgun. They got trips to our right, single wide out to the left. Number 24.
Yeah, Wilcott here in the carry, just coming back off of injury, tries to bounce to the outside. He's pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Big carry for him, but you got to watch out for Brody Nagel. This season has done pretty well. 113 completions, 916 yards, 9 touchdowns, but he does have 4 interceptions. So the Eagles will break the huddle here. I formation. That wing T. Handoff Wilcott again, gets hammered at the line of scrimmage, but a flag comes in the backfield.
Flag down on the
Plymouth's side. We'll see what the call is. Wilcott a little shaken up. Again, a big player like him, you need to keep him in for Kennett all night long.
Face mask on Plymouth, that's not going to help.
I think it was behind the play.
Well, there was a receiver cutting across the middle, and I think that's where
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yep. Those are the mistakes you can't afford to make. You know, you give a team like Kennett the opportunity, and they're going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, so 15-yard automatic first down here on the face mask. So bring them at the 49. If my math on a Friday night will work.
Friday night math.
Oh, it's so hard. Hey, I was right. So the Eagles at their own 49, essentially midfield. They'll have the first down here.
Davin Bailey is number 4 wide receiver. He's about 6'3" and has had a great season. He's definitely a weapon, and you don't want to let him get behind you. They're actually double teaming him, one up short, bumping him at the line.
Oh, handoff in the backfield, and Plymouth just exploding through.
Tyler
Dekutowski.
Great play by him.
Big play. Getting right in. Jakovic.
About a 5-yard loss.
So looks like they're going to put him at the 45. So 2nd and 14 officially. Here with 6:48 to go in the first quarter. Plymouth leading 7-0. Nagel will get the call from the sideline and meet his huddle. There you go, Bailey lining up out wide left. Got twins here. And a whistle and a delay of game on the offense. And unnecessary penalty here for Kennett.
There seemed to be a little confusion between the quarterback and the coach calling the play. It was a little, they would have, and he kind of gave the open palm shrug to the coach. But they're going to be sending, they got double to the right, double to the left, and Plymouth needs to put a little pressure on here to rush the throw.
In the shotgun.
And it's
Bailey throw to the near side, finds Toomey. Ball comes loose.
Ball's loose.
And I think Mansu gets it, and he does.
Number 14.
Kaden Mansu recovers it, and the Bobcats will take over at the Eagle 40-yard line.
Great job by Foisey holding him up, and then the next guy came in and popped him in the. It was a great defensive play by the Bobcats, and hopefully now they're going to make him pay for this. And away we go. We'll see what happens. We'll see Coach Sanborn's going to do a little play. Who knows?
Try to throw that little dagger early on here.
But I think that based upon what we've seen so far, it's ground chuck. I mean, you just keep pounding that ball, and because if it isn't broke, you don't need to fix it.
And it's been working for 40-plus years, it seems like.
We got double wideouts, and we're in the speed sweep.
High snap. Diamond holds on to it, steps up in the pocket, airs it out, and that one's just floating, and luckily it was knocked out of Wilcott's hand because he was primed for an interception.
Yeah, that he just winged it down there, and that's a dangerous pass because he was well covered, and the ball's up in the air. It's basically up for grabs.
Hats off to Eli Bargwin, who was able to knock that out of the hands of Wilcott. He was the intended target.
So I get addicted to that.
You did. It's like you know, and you've been on the coaching staff, and you kind of know what's expected of each kind of down here in situation.
Well, sometimes you like to go for the big one. I mean, they're in good field position at the 40-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. They've already proven that they can run the ball, so they've got that. So Kennett did a good job defending that play.
Handoff, Crane across the 40, still on his feet inside the 30, and tackled at the 28. And that should be enough for a Bobcat first down.
Well, at some point, if they do compensate to cover that straight-ahead dive by the fullback, they're going to pull the speed. And I predict Mr. Keene will run around the corner to the end zone possibly. The success of this straight ahead stuff is great because it makes people adjust, and when they adjust, then you got something to go on the outside.
And you wonder if they're going to drop off into that nickel. They're not right now. Try to protect deep passes when it comes time, but here comes the offense again. Handoff, Ben Valenti, left side across the 25. And it's actually correction,
It's
not
actually
Valenti,
Taylor
my
Russo.
bad. There's Russo, number 28.
Russo on the carry.
So used to Valenti coming into those situations.
Well, and now when you actually saw them use the speed sweep, and it wasn't a speed sweep, but it was inside the tackle, and he picked up a nice 6 yards, so 6-7 yards. So it's a good play, but a little misdirection is good too. I'm sure at some point we may see trap.
And it looked like the pulling guard also did well, helping in that. Russo in motion, handoff, Crane, hit at the line of scrimmage, hit again, still driving his legs forward inside the 20, and that is showing off his strength. He has been getting stronger and stronger after contact all season long.
He comes from a lineage of Cranes who have played football for I don't know how long. I was here 12 years. We had a Crane that started out, and the kids have been tough, and they've been great kids, good football players. I don't think this Crane here knew that he was getting tackled because he kept dragging these guys down the field. So nice job done by him.
And at this point, you've been out for a long time defensively for Kennett. You wonder if a little bit of fatigue is setting in early on here, as you've been out for all but, what, a minute and a half? Handoff, Valenti this time driving, and still dragging people on his back inside the 15.
First down.
And it's another Bobcat first down. This running core is so strong.
Sanborn's going to the quick huddle.
So if I can see correctly, 200 formation here, Coach.
Yes, sir. And again, it's
handoff, Valenti left side, gets into the second level, and he'll be tackled at the 6.
Valenti did a nice job, and he can take a hit. If he had popped that to the corner a little bit, I think he would have gone in for a touchdown, but it was still a great run.
So now Luke Diamond will head over and meet with Coach Sanborn. Got 3 minutes, 26 seconds and counting.
So other than the one possession that Kennett's had, Plymouth's 2 possessions has chewed up most of the first quarter. So this is the game plan, and for now it's working. And hopefully, we keep the ball away from the dangerous guys on the other side of the ball from Kennett. They have the potential to score any time.
Double shift near side, handoff again left side. Valenti diving for the goal line. Is he in? Signal says he's going to be down inside the 1. Try to reach for the goal line. But good stop there by the Eagles defense. Nice job by the safeties coming up and
so we're first and
pushing
goal.
that. It is first and goal. You were right, Coach.
Valenti on the carry. First down, Bobcats.
So here's Eli Crane running onto the field. And him and Thorne will be in the backfield. Jackson Rainier set up right side. And it's quarterback keeper Luke Diamond dives for the end zone, and it's another Bobcat touchdown.
Amen.
Touchdown, Bobcats.
So, it's times like that when I absolutely love the quarterback sneak on first sound. Nobody is ever that ready for it. And, we get everybody set up, and you've got everybody moving in the right direction. That was a good call and a nice job by Luke and the offensive line.
And so on for the extra point attempt once again. He's only missed 2 this year. It hits another one there. That was close, though, to the right upright.
Well, he had some pressure coming from the right side of Kennett's defensive line. The guy came in there, and if he had been just a step quicker, he might have got a hand of the ball. So Plymouth's got to take a look at that and make sure that they're shoring things up on that side.
Bobcats with a 14-0 lead here late first quarter with 2:29 to go.
Hit up rhinotaxusa.com.
Crowd still filing in here. Shout out to field hockey. A tough loss on senior day, falling 1-0 to Lebanon earlier today. We had live coverage of that. Paul Ferentz had the commentary for it. Tough end of the season, but a strong group of players, and Hopefully they'll come back even stronger next year. Travis Stone ready for the kickoff. Hassan Wilcock back to receive the kick if it gets that far again. Another little pooch to the right side. Gathered at the 26. And absolutely nowhere to go for the Eagles.
I believe that was 20, who would be Mr. Keene. Great coverage, and you know you're not getting return yards. They're not getting a chance to get the ball into the hands of 24 and 2, who are their speedsters, and you know, that's huge. That's huge. They can start with the ball at the 25-yard line. We don't care. We just don't want them starting at the 45 or the 50 or going all the way with a score. So
it's Tristan Jones with that return. So he's been targeted twice now.
I have a feeling you're going to start to see the ball in the air.
Nagel under center. Plymouth doing that shift defensively. Pitch out into the backfield.
Great
Jakovic.
job by Rousseau, number 28. He fought off the blocker and made that tackle. That play had the makings of a longer run. The end was sealed in, and it was really that play by Rousseau where he kind of went behind the blockers and caught up with the running back. So he made a nice play on that.
Jakovic with a carry of 2 yards, 2nd and 8 here. And again, for the Eagles, you got to forget about that first possession of the turnover. You just got to, get those couple first downs and just keep the ball moving. And the shotgun here.
Number 24, straight down.
Nagel airing it out on the seam pass, and it falls a couple yards short.
They did a great job covering on that. Nagel didn't really have a prayer. He was in the middle of 3 Bobcats, and the ball was overthrown a little bit. Plymouth actually had a better chance of intercepting that than Nagel, than 24. What's that fella's name?
Wilcott. Tyler Wilcott.
Tyler Wilcott.
Or Walcott, sorry.
Walcott. And you'll hear that name a lot tonight because he's a heck of a player.
Again, great for him to get back on the field after injury. I don't know if he's played yet this year or if it was at the beginning of the season, but he is a key player for this Eagles team.
Now we're looking at trips to the wide side of the field.
Bunch too.
We could probably look at maybe a quick,
well, Nagel's going to go across the middle, and it's intercepted. Did he hold on to it, though? They say he did.
He did.
Great job there for Nathan Lyons, number 22, who's been so special defensively this year.
He has, and Nathan's name has been coming up a lot all season for offense and defensive plays, and he can hit, and he picked that off. Again, great coverage in the secondary by the Bobcats. The quarterback didn't really have a chance. If he's off a little bit, somebody's going to get it. And Coach Lamb, Coach Sullivan I talked to earlier today, and he said that the defensive backfield had a great week and felt that the kids were starting to really get what they were trying to be taught.
It's always nice when that happens, especially down to the second half of the season. I think you lost your... Oh, they're under your foot, Coach. So the Bobcats will start at the 39 of the Eagles. 40 last drive on the last turnover. Diamond handoff, Robbie Thorne trucking forward across the 35 and tackled at about the 32.
On the
carry of about 7 on the play. See if I can mark it.
6'2", 230 pounds.
Yeah, small boy.
Say he has good forward lean as well. He just got to keep the legs pumping, and he's just a tough kid to take down.
Hit a minute to go here in the first quarter. Bobcats threatening once again. They're up 14-0 here at home. Second annual Grayout game. Hand off the fullback, and Thorne drops his shoulder, still on his feet. Shoot top tackle inside the 25. Trying to see who that was. I think it was Jakovic, number 21, who got the shoot top tackle as a linebacker.
That's good for another Bobcat first down.
So another first down here for Plymouth at Kennett's 22-yard line.
Pretty impressed with this offensive line and what the offense is doing for Plymouth. You know, they're methodical. They're not making mistakes. Hope I don't jinx them. They've been doing
Commentator's curse coming out here early on, Coach. Handoff, Eli Crane, right side, bouncing back up into the middle, cutting back to his left, and he's tackled at the 10, and it'll be first and goal for Plymouth, and that should do it here for the first quarter.
Crane on the carry, brought down by Bailey.
It's been a pretty exciting first quarter. Plymouth is
First down, Bobcats from
doing
the
what they
11.
need to do. They're maintaining. They're not putting the ball on the ground. They're not making any risky moves. There's timeout, I believe, by Kennett.
It's the end of the first quarter,
Oh,
Coach. Yep.
there we go.
End of the first quarter. Bobcats leading 14-0 at the stop here.
I love the idea of the lights, but not when it's right directly in my vision line where I can't tell you what the time is.
If we were here, if our production was over here, we'd try to set up a camera as usual to point, and it just wasn't going to work. So we're kind of doing a little dance here to find the scoreboard for you. Big shout out to Tax and Consulting and founder and managing partner and Ryan Carr, who was so gracious in donating the money for the lights here this season. Also the new wrestling coach at Plymouth State University, an alum of Plymouth State, and really wants to get that program back to where it was.
And Ryan is a great guy. I remember when I ran the golf tournament for Plymouth High School, the Bobcat Classic. One year we did that, and Ryan stepped up and made big donations and brought some of his staff to help with the different raffles and things of that nature. Just a good guy. He and Todd Austin are very good friends, and they go back. And Ryan he stepped into the community, and he's just been running with it. He's got a couple daughters going to the elementary school, and nice kids. And Ryan's just a great guy. And I recommend everybody check out the wrestling team at Plymouth State, because if you haven't heard of him yet, you'll hear about him when he gets done with them.
Again, we are expecting Ryan to join us up here in the booth at halftime to talk a little bit more about his track and donating here and what it means to him coming back to the Plymouth community. Get set for the start of the second quarter here on Pemmy Baker TV and Valley Vision.
Cullen McNair, number 51, is in for Medeiros.
So I wonder if he went down with some sort of injury on the last drive or last play.
There we go.
Double reverse here. Caden Mansu dancing for the pylon, and he's down at the 1.
Well, there it was. And finally, that misdirection. Actually,
Manso on the carry.
Luke Diamond took the ball to the right and handed off to number 14, Mansu, going to the left. And he had plenty of running room. So we're looking at second down at about 2, I believe.
Yep, they mark it at the 2 instead. Again, we're looking right in the light, so it's a little hard sometimes. I'm seeing extra players out there with the spots. But such a gorgeous setup. Great job by the Parks crew. Once again, getting the field ready every week. Foisey the lone on the near side. 2 in motion for Plymouth. Fullback handoff right up the gut. Eli Crane getting pushed for the end zone, and he's in for another Bobcat touchdown.
I believe, is that 2 touchdowns for Crane now?
Touchdown, Bobcats.
Good for him.
Touchdown score.
Crane ends today, so that's
Crane.
number 5 on the season for him.
See, one of the things you can always tell if you're a Crane, you have red hair. I've never seen it so consistent in the family. And I remember one of the first kids that played for Chuck Lenahan, and Chuck used to call him Sonny Jurgensen. And I think when he started, he might have had a pot belly too, but he certainly worked that off. But
Matsu on for the extra point attempt once again. 2 for 2 tonight on the PAT, and he'll drive this one through, and it's a 21-0 Bobcat lead here.
Well, you keep the hammer down. You don't let up at all. You keep playing your game at least through the first half, and then see where you end up. And that will kind of dictate what you're able to do in the second half. But again, I keep saying that this Kennett team can score points. And, teams that can score big plays can pretty quickly they can change things around. So you got number 24 who can break away. You have number 4 who's a great receiver. Quarterback is decent, and he can get the ball out there. And Plymouth, I think, has just been playing superior defense right now, and their secondary really has stood out.
Well, both passes coming from Nagel have been on seam routes, and Plymouth has been able to cover that in the secondary pretty well. So Jones is back deep because the Plymouth will go short, and they're going to go the opposite way. This time it's Marquis Toomey able to fall on it, number 5. So Kennett's trying to play that game, and they're trying to get Walcott into position for a return.
Well, they might want to flip-flop him, but
I think Stone's looking for 24 and just going the complete opposite way.
Right. So if 24 is on the right-hand side, he's going to chip that one to the left, and that's wise coaching.
So the Eagles offense will go to work for the 3rd time tonight. They have yet to get over midfield. Here with 11:09 to go in the first half as the Kennett ball is put into play. Fantastic night for football. This is that temperature and the feel that you want.
Smell of the dead leaves. You know, it's kind of a wishbone. They pitch
back there to Walcott. He'll try to cut back up inside. He's tackled at the 29. Gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Well, he cut back into the pursuit, and a kid like him is probably going to do better keeping it outside because he is quick. He's got good speed. Coming inside, you're going to be meeting the guys that are bigger than you, and you know, Plymouth does a lot of work on chasing from the backside.
Yeah, you don't see those the weak side linebackers kind of give up on the play. They're always in pursuit. So 2nd and 7 officially here. Handoff again in the backfield. You believe it's Walcott again. He'll gain maybe 1 or 2.
You know, when you got Tyler Medeiros sitting in the hole, it's not a good feeling.
Medeiros getting credited for that tackle.
It's not a good feeling if you're Kennett.
So they'll swing Bailey out wide near side.
And they got double coverage on him.
Gabe Keane in the back to cover. Rolling out and throw back into the middle. Dangerous throw coming from Nagel. Trying to find Walcott in the middle of the field, and that's kind of one of the things you're told as a young quarterback, never throw across the field, across your body.
Well, and he was throwing on the run. His feet weren't set. He threw back to number 24, Walcott, and Walcott was covered.
So it brings up 4th down and 6, and the punt unit on. A big 3 and out here for the Bobcats. That one almost got tipped. Friendly Eagles bounce across midfield, and it'll be down at the Bobcat 39, and that's where Plymouth will go back to work here offensively. And 9:36 to go. Coach, I know you're looking.
I had eye surgery and everything to take care of this. Now I can see things, but things are in my way. It's not fair.
Just keeping you on your toes. Again, fans, join us tomorrow morning, another episode of This Week in Plymouth as we recap all the things happening around town at 10 a.m. and a replay at 11 o'clock right here on channel 1302, Pemmy Baker TV on Spectrum Cable. The offense to go back to work for Plymouth, and Plymouth, they'll get the sub off just in time for Kennett. Keane in motion. Handoff to Jackson Rainier, going back on the reverse. On the deception, he'll get across midfield out to the 40, and his first touch of the ball here tonight.
Right here on the carry.
Rainier's my boy, I'll tell you. He's tough, he's quick, He's not big, but you know, it's the fight in the dog, not the size of the dog in the fight. And he's got good instincts. He cuts the ball up. He doesn't go down on the first hit. It was nice, and it was misdirection. Plymouth's taking advantage of that now as they've got everybody used to watching the middle.
And Foisey split out wide here in the near side. Thorne in the backfield. Diamond drops back and air it out over the middle, looking for Thorne, and he finds him in the basket catch over the shoulder for a Bobcat touchdown. It's a 40-yard kind of pitch and catch there.
That was NFL material, folks. Robbie Thorne, who's not really built like a wide receiver, went down the seam, down the middle, and Luke laid that ball out beautifully. Robbie ran and stretched out, caught the ball, and he's in for a touchdown. So Bobcats, they're firing on all cylinders right now.
It felt very Brady Gronk-esque on that seam route. 27-0, ready for the extra point.
Or Mahomes, Kelsey.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to go with the ones that are actually playing right now.
And another chip shot.
This one well up high, right down Broadway, and a 28-0 lead for the Bobcats. Plymouth trying to improve to 6-1 on the season. Kennett trying to stop a 2-game skid.
Coach Lamb, before the game, I spoke with him, and he told me that the kids had a great week of practice. And I can't help but think getting beat solidly by Souhegan was a wake-up call, and I think the kids realized they got to step it up. And now they're starting to actually get the idea behind what they're trying to do out there defensively and offensively. And sometimes kids, have a tough time understanding that concept. They know where to go necessarily, but they don't really see the whole picture. And these kids are starting to get more of a football brain.
I also think the hot temperatures at the beginning of the season through training camp and through the first couple of weeks really hampered Plymouth, and now it's cooling down. You're getting that colder temperatures up here in the North Country, and it's playing right into Plymouth's hand. Hussey and Walcott back to receive the kick, and now they're going to switch.
Here they go.
Trying to catch Stone off guard, and we'll see if Stone goes off to the left side, and that's exactly where it goes on the pooch kick. And it will bounce out, and it will be a start here on the flag at the 35 for Kennett. So best starting position for them here tonight.
So the kicker should watch, and if 24 jumps up into that second tier and he's not in the back tier, you got to let it fly, see what happens.
And we just lost a light. I saw something on the kickoff, but it's over to our left. You're right on the screen at the 30 on Plymouth's side. I think the coaching staff's going to try to fire up that generator once again. Nothing like a little power outage, a little blackout here. But they're going to continue on as we'll try to fire up that light. Okay, empty backfield.
They're sending them all out. So my prediction, they'll probably try to hit somebody on a quick out and get him some running room. Or he'll throw long.
Nagel has thought about it, scrambles to the right side. He'll be rushed out of bounds.
Might have got a foot. He didn't get much.
They're going to give him 3 yards on it. 4 yards on the carry. He scrambled pretty well.
Well, this is just a shout out to that Bobcat secondary. They're doing a great job. He had nobody to throw to. They went into more of a prevent type defense. They had people, no one's going to get behind them. Had a decent rush on the quarterback, and that's one of those things where unless you've got a line that can really keep people off you, the quarterback's got to get rid of the ball fairly quick. Or you're running out of bounds after a 3-yard gain.
But Plymouth is playing man. They're not really playing that cover. Although the corners are back about 8 yards. Throw over the middle for Walcott, and just about a yard overthrown, and that could have been a big completion inside the red zone for the Eagles. So close for them.
It was, but there's a tendency on the part of Nagel to overthrow. In watching film on Huddle all week long and checking out the different games that Kennett played various opponents, there's a tendency to overthrow and may not get enough air under the ball to let the receivers run under it. He certainly has got the arm. I mean, there's
no
real
doubt about
potential
that.
there, but
So again, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, trips to the to the far side of your screen, I should say. Keep forgetting we're reversed here tonight. And a slipped in it through the hands of Foisey, and he knew he should have had it.
Make sure Foisey doesn't hurt himself. It's pretty disappointing. He was looking at the receiver. The receiver went down, and the ball came right to him pretty much, and he might have been able to catch that, but at number 4, he's the guy they're going to go to. He's the money man for them when it comes to throwing the football.
So you're looking at Bailey.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's 27 receptions, 508 yards entering tonight.
They're going for it. 4th down.
4th and 6.
So this is
down.
Interesting.
4 touchdowns here in the first half. You got to do something. Low snap. Nagel going to step up and air it over the middle on the seam, and it will fall incomplete, and a turnover on downs here.
We could be a running time here very quickly. Not sure about that call. That was it was overthrown again, and there were plenty of Bobcats back there circling around. Matter of fact, the receiver number 4 pushed one of our D-backs. He was behind him and wasn't even close to the football. So
I'm really surprised it's a 10-yard cut in if you're getting 4 up on sort of a Hail Mary seams here. Cut someone underneath. I wonder if that's just not in their arsenal right now.
Well, I don't know. It's Plymouth has struggled with the short, quick outs. And when you've got receivers that can run, I mean, I would put that ball in 24's hands whenever I could, and number 4. And if you got to throw the ball 5-6 yards downfield to give them some room to run, that's what I'd be doing. But we got the double reverse inside. It got caught, but jeez.
Somehow correction. That's Gabe Keene still going. Play looked to be ended in the backfield, and somehow he gets a gain of 13 for a Bobcat first down.
He shook him off his shoe and kept going. That in no way they had that sniffed out. That was in no way should not have done that.
Perfect defensive play for Kennett, and Keene said, I'm going to go for this.
Now they're backside with Keene again.
And he'll get to the 21, gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
I think part of the issue here is Kennett's not tackling very well. They're standing up, they're tackling high. And when you're a 5'8", 5'9" kid, that's probably not where you're going to be successful. You just don't have the upper body strength or the height and leverage to do that. And Plymouth is just taking hits and keeping going. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think Plymouth just needs to pound the ball.
7:40 to go. You've got Crane and Valenti in the backfield with Jackson Rainier on the left side. Diamond, pressure from the weak side, and he gets absolutely drilled. Ball comes free, and that's a great recovery for Kennett.
Yeah. Well, they were running the wide receiver doing in and out to the corner pylon, and it takes a long time for that to develop. He was the only receiver out there, so there was no secondary to go to. And
my problem, and again, I will state, never played, didn't have it in high school. But when I see a right-handed quarterback drop back with his left shoulder and then try to turn his body around to throw, it's just so much extra time allowing these corners to come in.
Yeah, well, and what the quarterback needs to do, he needs to, going left, you need to get unless you're throwing a short pass that you can just dump out there, you've got to be able to set your feet. If you don't set your feet, you're not going to be accurate.
So the Eagles will take over at their own 25. Handoff, Walcott trying to dance in the middle of the field. Bounces out to the right side. He's hit shy of the 35. They'll mark him at the 33. A gain of 8 on the carry. Here with 7:10 to go in the first half of action.
Well, I'll tell you, number 24, if he was my guy, I'd be hitting him on swing passes, getting him out there into the flat where he can do his thing one-on-one. He's quick. He's fast. He runs hard.
So again, going empty backfield, 5 wide receivers set. Walcott lined up in a slot receiver position, low snap, pass out on the screen to Bailey. Tries to bring it back inside. He'll get enough for a first down at the 39.
Yeah, I was expecting to see that pass a little earlier in the game when they just kind of stand up and hit number 4 quick. He's limping a little bit from that last contact.
Brought down by Lions.
But Plymouth now is rushing 3 people. They're backing off, taking away the corners, taking away the deep.
Yeah, it looks like they're in that 3-4 defense for sure. Not quite a nickel. As I say that, now the linebackers shifting over as cornerbacks. Again, looking.
Oh, the wheel.
Nice
the wheel.
job!
The
Just
wheel.
overthrown. Oh, Nagel, great job looking short to draw the corners and the linebackers in, and he had Walcott open, and if he connected, he was off to the races.
And I think it was Nolan Galvin who bit on that fake, and Walcott went right by him. He was wide open, and fortunately for Plymouth, it was an overthrown football again. So.
Just about a yard. But, man, just by the senior quarterback, great vision by Nagel just to draw those corners and the linebackers up.
Well,
and a timeout called here by Kennett. A lot of confusion on the personnel change.
You know, the other thing with the Plymouth team is they got a lot of sophomores and juniors. And, you know, when you're young and not as experienced, you know, you're going to make some of those mistakes. But certainly better to make them now than the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I think Galvin's a junior. But the Bobcats are playing their game right now, 28-0, and 6 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first half.
And fans, Pemmy Baker TV, as well as Valley Vision, more than just sports. Live coverage of town meetings here in the town of Plymouth. Select board, planning board, zoning boards. We'll have coverage of school boards. Everything you need to know to stay up to date on everything happening around the town and get involved as well.
So we're looking at 2nd down and 10. Eagles have the ball on their 38-yard line. They've gone to empty backfield, trips to the right, deuces to the left. 24 coming in motion.
They'll go into the backfield here behind Nagel. Gives some protection on the pass. Throw. Finds his receiver there in Hussey. First completed pass, I believe, here tonight. Across the 45 out to the 46, and it will be a gain of 8-9 yards.
Well, that was in warm-ups. I was watching the quarterback throw, and he throws that old, you could call it the button hook or the stop pattern or whatever, but he throws that and the sideline pass pretty well. Those are his strengths. The long ball, even though he has the arm, he doesn't seem to have the accuracy. So, you know, you got to go with what you can do, and we'll see. I think we're going to see more of that. But
if I'm not mistaken, the furthest up the field Kennett has been here tonight. Quarterback keeper trying to get the first down, and I don't think they're going to get it. I don't think he's got forward progress. Yep, no gain. So fourth down.
I can guarantee they're going to go for it.
They've got to at this point. I know it's still the first half, but you're down 4 touchdowns and you haven't gotten over midfield yet. You've got to do anything you can. Again, Walcott, you expect Plymouth to kind of bring up the safeties here. It should open up those outside runs. But they're going to go empty. Nagel on 4th and officially 2. Throws out far or to the near side, and Hussey slips, but he'll get enough for the first down, and the Eagles are across midfield for the first time tonight.
That ball was extremely well thrown, and again, that's the out. And Nagel throws the out well, and he throws that stop pattern well. And they're going to it now, which I think is going to make Plymouth change up a little bit how they're covering people. But earlier on, they kind of played into Plymouth's hands. And again, the young secondary is doing a great job.
Hey, you talked about it. Plymouth struggling with those 5-10 yard out passes this season, and Kennett starting to pick up on that. Trips in a bunch near or far side of your field. I'm still calling it like the camera's on our side. We're on the opposite of your side of the field. Toomey with a reception across the 40. He'll be tackled at the 37. Gain of 5.
And again, that stop pattern like that, everybody's going back because they don't want to get them behind them. And they throw that bullet over there, and they pick up 6, 7 yards. It was a good job. Number 83 came in, and he put the final touches. Liam Shannon did a nice job wiping that up at the end.
Approaching 3.5 minutes to go here in the quarter. Eagles will come to the line. Trips on the near side. Quick little flat to the near side for Hussey, and he's spun down quickly by Mansu.
What a great play by Mansu. That ball was shot out there, complete. They only picked up, it looks like, a couple of yards on that. And Mansu responded quickly. The coach was telling me before the game that you watch the tackles. If the tackles step back, you know there's going to be a pass play. If they don't, it's going to be a run play. Now on that one, it was so quick that you may not have been able to judge that, but Mansu did a great job coming up and making that play.
So again, same formation. Nagel in the shotgun, another short route, and Manso almost picked it off, cutting in front on that route.
Well, and again, that was looked like double coverage in there. Or they're playing their zone, but in the zone they play man. So that's how that works. Now, Bo, what they did when they beat this team, the Kennett fellas, is that number 4 they double teamed them, and that took an awful lot away from the offensive attack.
So it is 4th and 3, 2:33 to go. Kennett at the Bobcat, 36.
Offensive center's limping up to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to slow him down a little bit.
Walcott motions into the backfield. Plymouth nearly caught offside on the snap count. Walcott, nice dance move back outside, and he'll get the Eagles first down here at the 31.
Walcott on the carry.
Well, I'll tell you, those quick feet of his, when he takes off like that, he scares me.
He is dangerous when he gets a one-on-one essentially downfield.
Well, Bobcat, somebody got a hand on him, which slowed him down, grabbed him by the shirt, and it was enough that he gets some support to make the tackle. And even though it's a first down, if that shirt hadn't been grabbed in the first place, I think he would have been significantly further downfield.
Easily would have been inside the red zone for sure. The Eagles with a fresh set of downs to work with here. 2 minutes to go in the opening half. We're going to go empty. Trips to the near side. Walcott will motion into the backfield once again. Oh, false start. Yep. Bailey jumped on the far side of the field, and he knew it right away. And that's really the first penalty since early on in the first quarter against Kennett. They have been really moving the ball well here on this drive since the turnover.
Well, there's nothing like a mental mistake like that to take a little bit of the wind out of the sails. But they've got momentum going now, and hopefully, hopefully for them, they'll maintain it.
So they'll mark it back at the 35. 1st and 15 here, 140 and counting. So glad you could all join us here live on Pemmy Baker TV and Valley Vision. Handoff, Walcott trying to get some blockers, trying to dance to the near side, and can't get past the first level. Great job by Russo getting in on the tackle.
Absolutely, he did a great job. The defensive end held things up a little bit, but he didn't seal. And Russo gave Russo time. He's got good speed to come up and make that tackle. Had a good angle on it. And we're looking at number 24 is on his knees. He may have been injured on that.
Yeah, he's shaken up. It's an official timeout here. right in front of the Bobcat bench. I don't know if you can see that on your screen. The trainers will come out and take a look at him, but
So he'll need to come out for a play anyway. And we're looking at 1:07 left in the first half right now. And officials timeout for injury. He's 24's Walcott's walking off the field.
great to see. I wonder if with him getting spun down, just knocked the wind out of him a little bit.
Could be. He's walking. He's not limping or anything. He's walking pretty good on his own. So he's probably just, maybe what you said is accurate, and he'll take a break for one play and be back in there next play.
So 2nd and 15 now. Clock will restart. So we're going to hit a minute to go here in a second. As Nagel breaks the huddle. Kennett just needs one. Get some momentum on their side here before the break. Trips on the near side. Bailey double teamed. Solo on the opposite side. Nagel stepping up in the pocket, gonna air one out, and it's intercepted at the 10. And once again, it is number 22, Nathan Lyons.
Lyons is having a great game. And again, that ball was thrown up in the air, and Plymouth was not going to let anybody get behind him. And even though Lyons may have given up a couple inches, he got up there and got the ball, and he ripped it out of the other guy's hands. So a great play defensively by the Bobcats. And I think you'll probably see him just maybe run a play or two into the line of scrimmage and
head to the locker room. The sweep again. Diamond with pressure right in his face, just throws up a prayer, and he finds Jackson Rainier across the 35. Absolute lucky break there for Diamond. He threw up a prayer.
Hey. Well, I got to tell you, Rainier, if you put that ball anywhere near, he's like a Venus flytrap.
He really is.
You know, he catches everything, and I'll tell you, he's competitive. He's going to go after. He's going to fight you for everything, and that was just a great catch by him. The ball was kind of thrown up in the air, and he made a nice grab on that.
Timeout on the field again. Rainier listed 5'7", 155, playing like he's 6'7" this season. He is just catching pretty much everything within a 2-3 yard radius of him. He's only had a couple of bad drops.
Just as long as you didn't catch cold.
There it is.
Anybody who's a fan of corny jokes?
The old dad jokes, love it.
Yeah.
32 seconds after the timeout taken here by Plymouth. Trying to get something going once again here. Foisey on the far side. Call that a wing tee, coach?
No, that's a 200 formation.
Oh, 200, yep.
Split right, 200 formation.
Diamond, 7-step drop, throws a screen. Great blocking down the sideline, and just stepping out of bounds is Gabe Keene, and it was close to a horse collar, but he doesn't think he stepped out.
Absolutely, it was close.
Diamond complete to Keene.
They stop the clock at 23 seconds.
It better stop the clock if they called him out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly. So mark it at the 40 here on Eagles territory. You wonder if Diamond might try to air one out here or a couple for the end zone.
I think that he's going for it. He's really got not much to lose with 23 seconds left in the half. And got the speed sweep.
There it comes again with Keene, and motion on the right side of the line. And it's Tyler Medeiros, number 77.
Flag down on the play.
But you could tell by his steps it was a pass play.
Yeah, exactly. You saw him.
Yeah. He took that step sideways and squared up, and he just took it a little too soon.
So it'll back up the Bobcats to the 45 and 1st and 15. Foisey again, split to the right side. Crane in the backfield now. Hand off to him, going to go right up the gut.
Plymouth may call a timeout.
And they do indeed.
Yeah.
They have one remaining, a gain of 14 on the carry. It should be 2nd and 1.
Brought down by Toomey.
Well, I think Mr. Crane may have a 100-yard game coming at him. He's been breaking through that line of scrimmage. He is quick. I think defensively, I believe that Kennett is their nose guard is not on the nose. He is in one side or the other, and they're just running away from that side, which is a bigger hole.
If fans ever wanted to start your own TV show, Pemmy Baker TV is your platform to do so. Local TV by the local community. Let your voice be heard. Any type of show. You got a cooking show, we'll get you started. Have a talk show, political show, anything you want to get it out to the public. Pemmy Baker TV is your place to do it. Contact us today at pbtv at plymouth-nh.org or call the station 603-536-8116 today. Out of the timeout, Bobcats working with 18 seconds, 2nd and 1 at the 31. Again, motion.
This is the wheel. This is the wheel, number 20.
Diamond airing it out, goes short and incomplete, intended for Gabe Keene. Keene didn't think it hit the ground.
Yeah, they ran the wheel on that with Keene coming across all the way through.
Broken up by Hussey.
He goes to the outside and the wide receiver cuts across towards the middle. And that play many times is successful.
We saw that what we called the Pembroke season opener. That was Jackson Rainier's play. Yep. Clock stop with 12 seconds, 3rd down and 1. Again, Diamond with a rush right up the middle on the blitz, and it falls incomplete. Oh, they caught it, Keene!
He caught it, and he caught it in bounds. So now we're looking at 6 seconds.
Yeah, I was saying 6, and it's a, where do they mark it? 15? Yep, 1st down.
Well, prediction here, your best play is going to be your tall guy in the corner. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that.
Expect Foisey possibly. Hasn't been targeted yet tonight, but he's done well. And a timeout on the field.
Yeah.
Well, correction, they're letting the clock run out instead, so we're going to hit the half. But I thought he was tackled or pushed out of bounds, so the clock should have stopped.
Yeah.
There was 6 seconds on the clock. Now it reads 0. And that's what Plymouth coaching staff is saying to our right, if you can hear it being picked up on our microphone. But
looking at Coach Sanborn's body language and his hands are like, what is going on?
So Plymouth is heading off the field and heading to the locker room. So they're going to say that the clock will expire, and that will bring us to halftime with the Bobcats leading 28-0. And Coach, what are the things that you're seeing that have really worked well? Definitely for Plymouth, but what are the little things that Kennett has been doing well here, especially in the 2nd quarter?
I'll get to that in a second, but I just watched, you talk about body language, I watched the Bobcats sprint off the field and go up, and the Kennett Eagles are looking fairly tired, and they all walked slowly to the corner of the end zone. So I think that the wind is out of their sails, and they've got to do something to get them motivated again. And again, I still say that they have got the ability to score quick, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, again, Plymouth, like you said, throughout the first half, cannot let up. They've got to stay focused, because that's when those Eagles will bite you.
Yeah. Number 4, the wide receiver, is lying down on a cot and stretched out. I'm not sure what that's all about, but
it's a junior named David Bailey, who's been that star wide receiver for them here this season. But we're going to step aside, take a quick break. 9.5 minutes to go. We'll keep it on the field as the youth will come out for flag football here. And hopefully we'll be joined by Ryan Carr in a few minutes. But here at the break, it's the Bobcats 28, the Eagles 0. You're watching Bobcat football here on Pemmy Baker TV and Eagles football on Valley Vision.